What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And wow, what an action! So, a lot of mid cap stocks, as we've been discussing for the last, I think, 1 week, that all the action stays in the mid cap space, and that's exactly what happened. So, let's get started with discussing the stocks that we had discussed yesterday and what did they do today. And then we'll start to look at the stocks that we will be watching out for tomorrow. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel because that motivates me and my team to bring more such content to you that helps you in your trading journey. So let's get started with SML Isuzu. So we spoke about SML Isuzu. This stock was up 8% today. Sunflag, again, another stock. Today, metals were really hot. I think Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, Hindalco, SAIL, I think all of them did really well. And hence, there was good action over here. Railtel also coming out of the range. So RVNL had a very big order win today. So that was kind of boosting the sentiment for railway stocks. So, good action over here. RateGain, surprising, earnings were really nice. The stock reacted very nicely to earnings as well. Sigachi, I think it's ready. This stock, we had a discussion yesterday as well. The stock is just ready to explode anytime. The base is really nice. There is a gap to be filled. So I think everything is probably setting up really nicely for Sigachi to kind of move. Next up, we've got NBCC. We had a discussion about this one as well, 3.44%. So again, this also moved nicely. Madras Fertilizers moved, BPCL has moved. I think it's ready to move and, give another move as well. Nesco, Shoppers Stop, GPIL, even Siemens. We booked profits in Siemens today. And we also did take, a few trades in CanBank. So I'll just show you. So we took up a trade in HCL Tech and we took up a trade in CanBank. So this is the trade in CanBank that we took. We went long over here because PSU banks are doing really well. And I think I discussed with you that Bank Nifty is likely to go higher, then take supply and then come back down. So we went long on CanBank. And CanBank had really solid action towards the end of the day. So we are currently still holding CanBank. In terms of FNO, I think we were long on HCL Tech. So this is the long position that we built in HCL Tech, and HCL Tech also was starting to move. So I think overall, stock-specific action is something that was leading, the entire day. Now let's get started with the stocks that we're going to be watching out for tomorrow. And let's go to 22nd of May and let's quickly get started. First name is Sicco Industries. Very, very nice base. I think I'm going to be interested to trade this. Volumes have dried up completely. Very, very interesting stuff. NHPC moved today as well. NHPC could probably move tomorrow as well because I think there's a lot of action pending in NHPC. So I think that's really nice. POCL, Pondy Oxides and Chemicals, again a very nice base with volumes drying up. Very, very beautiful stuff. Indigo Paints breaking out of the base. Still the base is really nice. Earnings announcement tomorrow, so I think this is also going to be like a big one. IREDA is now again setting up in a classic VCP kind of a formation and it's ready to move higher. Let's see what has the markets in store for IREDA, but I think this could be good. Sigachi, we've had a discussion about Sigachi earlier as well. Sigachi is also setting up perfectly. I think this is ready to explode. A wonderful name. NBCC, same stuff. I think ready to break out. Shipping Corporation of India, same thing, ready to break out. Earnings are also good. High volume activity seen in the last few days. That's great. Metropolis is about to break out from a long range, but mind you, it has earnings. I think today the earnings might have been announced. I've not checked the earnings, so I don't really know what exactly were the numbers, but I think this is going to be on the radar. Oil India is another one on the radar. Sapphire reacting and liquidating all of these lows, basing nicely around these lows. Very, very interesting stuff. BPCL, again, a solid base ready to break out. I think there were a bunch of upgrades by a lot of brokers regarding BPCL. So, and this is also one of the names which could be a beneficiary of elections. So next up, we've got Fortis, wonderful base setting up with a volume decline. So if you can see this, very, very nice base setting up right now, volumes declining. So I think it has all the ingredients to kind of move really nicely tomorrow. PVR Inox finally reacting from the area of demand and breaking the base. So I think this one is also going to be an interesting one to watch out for. Sumitomo Chemicals. So we've seen what Sudarshan Chemicals has done. I think it has outperformed the market by a large margin. And I think Sumitomo is going to be on the same lines. The base is really nice. This supply is worrisome, but I think it's not going to be that big of a trouble for this one. Ratan India Enterprises, not exactly ready for a breakout right now, but I think 1 or 2 more days of action could make this a very interesting name. Next up, we've got Lupin, which is ready to break out again. So we saw very good, solid action in Sun Pharma today from the Pharma pack. So I think it's going to be an interesting name to watch. Next up, we've got Tech Mahindra with us, and Tech Mahindra is also moving out of the range, and it's ready to move and move beyond all of these highs. So I think this is an interesting one. A disclaimer, we're already long on HCL Tech as I showed you, so please do your own due diligence if you're entering into IT. MedPlus Health Services, again a very nice tight base, so would be interesting to see on how this one plays out. Syrma SGS Technologies reacting from an order block. This is also going to be an interesting one to watch. Eris Life Sciences, although it's about to break out, earnings announcement, I think it is due today. And there is supply. So not my favorite setup, but I think this could be interesting. State Bank of India from the large cap space, setting up really nicely from a base formation. I think it has a dividend. Tomorrow it's going to be trading ex dividend, so it's going to be down 13 rupees tomorrow. RHIM, Rim Magnesia, I think this is also a good base setting up. Fertilizer and Chemical Corporation, I think this is also setting up in a nice base. Not the greatest base in terms of its contraction, but I think it's still pretty nice to kind of watch, for a play. Next up, we've got Granules, again reacting from an area of demand, setting up a nice tight base, interesting one. Roto Pumps, again setting up for a nice big base breakout over here. It has shaken out all the longs, so I think this is going to be an interesting name to keep on radar. SRF, we've had a discussion about this multiple times. A very good risk reward in terms of going long on chemicals, but recently chemical companies have not come up with good earnings, and that's like a bummer for me. So I think that's going to be like something to worry about. But overall, on an overall basis, I think it's pretty nice. It's pretty decent. Next up, we've got EID Parry India, again setting up really nicely in a nice base formation, and I think this is just ready to explode. Mind you, there's going to be earnings. I'll just tell you the date on which 24th of May on a Friday. So keep in mind the earnings, but I think the setup is really nice. Varun Beverages, I think it needs time. It needs some, maturation in terms of its base, but looks really nice. Punjab National Bank, again, setting up in like a tight range action over here. If PSU start moving tomorrow as well. Today, Punjab National Bank actually underperformed PSU banks, so just be mindful about that. ISGEC, again, ISGEC heavy, again, a very solid base. There is supply on the top, but I think with the way mid-caps are moving, I think it's still going to be moving higher. IDFC First Bank, again, just trying to contract in this tighter range, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one works. Sula, again, coming up from yesterday's watch list, reacting from a weekly OB. This also has a dividend tomorrow. It's going to be trading ex-dividend tomorrow, 4.5 rupees dividend. That's going to be interesting. Dalmia Bharat, okay structure, not really interested. HDFC Bank, again, if Bank Nifty starts moving higher, I think this is going to be someone which leads the pack, and same is the case with Axis Bank. So on an overall basis, I think we've got a lot of stocks setting up nice base formations, and that has been working in the market for the last 1 or 2 weeks. Coming to Nifty and Bank Nifty, so again, what Nifty did is something that was closer to our expectations, that Nifty is going to go up to take supply from the markets. And it actually did that. So the best area for me was actually this little fair value gap right here. Nifty didn't really reach over there, but I think still there could be some action with respect to Nifty. So I think the bias is completely on the short side. The markets overall look bullish to me in terms of mid caps, the broader markets. But I think this supply is going to be a very crucial one. So please be mindful about that in terms of Nifty. So I think that's like an interesting area to play Nifty. Bank Nifty, on the other hand, for shorts, I think that's the only area that could be, really nice. In terms of longs, I think this area could be an interesting area to watch out for. But the action that we saw today, PSU banks were starting to run out of nowhere. And there is liquidity on the upside as well. So I think this could be liquidated on the higher side. Maybe we make a move like this, react from this area of supply, come back down. And then ultimately the final leg of the liquidity is, I think, going to be taken above this high or maybe above this high. So I think these are the most obvious situations that could probably present themselves, and that's going to be an area where a short play on Bank Nifty or Nifty could be playing in your favor. So that's it from my side. If you like the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and do comment if you want to discuss something with me or if you want to share your thoughts about my analysis for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. All the best for your trading day tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye and take care.